Hello everyone! Welcome to MC Eternal 2. This is episode 66 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java, and in this episode we're going to be doing Ad Astra. So I had already recorded this episode, but things went terribly wrong, so I'm just going to show you, technically. So I'm going to show you the stuff we did, but we didn't do. But we did, but like the video was lost, and we'll just continue on. So we've got a bunch of mats done, and we built the energized smelter, crusher, and the osmium compressor upstairs. Actually, I think we already had the compressor, did we? I don't remember. Anyway, we learned how to make refined obsidian. I can't remember if that was in the last episode or the one before it. But anyway, so I've got a bunch of upgrades. So to upgrade a machine, you click on this, and each one can be 8. So you can put 8 upgrades in it, and the ones that are grayed out you can't put in, but the ones that aren't you can. But it maxes out at 8. So we actually did take care of our power generation, and I'm going to show you some of this I did off camera. So we dug all the way and hooked the trees up to the storage drawer where the saplings are, to this. This started out as a regular crusher, and then we upgraded it. So to upgrade any machine to a factory, you just need to make this, and then to upgrade the next one you make that, and then once you have it, you just right click on it with the card and it'll upgrade the machine. But we have upgrades in this. This is our reaction chamber. As you can see, it's all filled. So the reaction chamber requires the biofuel, which is what the crusher is making, and it requires the hydrogen. So to get the hydrogen, yes, I know these are broken. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just, I don't know. It's only this line and this that are doing it, but it does it every single time I log in. So it's still working. I'm just going to leave it alone. I've popped it 3 times now, and it's to fix it. Anyway, so this is the electric pump. And you need to put it above water. It faces, the power faces you. So when in placement, actually no, it faces away from you. So it has to have power, and then this is water. This is supposed to be one pipe, but it's messed up. See, it's all fixed now. But this will continue to be messed up until I break one and then put it back down. I don't know what's causing it. Mekanism is obviously not up to snuff yet. But actually, it might actually be broken. I don't know. I can't tell if it's actually passing or not. Okay, well, anyway, the water goes into this, and it splits it into oxygen and into hydrogen. So the electrolytic separator separates them. You could tell it to dump, keep, or dump excess, meaning it'll fill this up and dump the rest. Um, but we don't need the oxygen, so we're just dumping it. Although I can probably do something with it later, so maybe I'll just leave it as idle. Or dumping excess. It takes the hydrogen and it brings it into here, and the substrate, we have a storage drawer set up for it that has void upgrade on it. If you don't do this, it'll get full and then it won't work. So as you can see, we're sitting pretty here. We could probably add another 2 or 3 generators if we wanted to. This setup is very, very good. And of course, we still have our lava going. We also upgraded our storage cube. This guy, I told it to remove the power, but it's barely moved it because we haven't been using the power. But we upgraded it. We made these on camera, but like I said, the video was lost and I'm really sorry. It's just the way it is. Sometimes things just go wrong. But, so it's just you just make the basic one and then you upgrade it. It's pretty easy to do. I did make 2 of them. So the second one is already full because we were trying to put together the bits and bobs for the digital miner, but we had to stop because these guys right here require calorite and Desh. So calorite and Desh come from Astra planets, so we have to go to space. I've never used Astra, but I watched 2 videos on it, so maybe it'll be alright. The warp stone is endurium, so we're gonna have to kill the bosses in the nether with what we have, because we can't get the endurium until we go to the end, and of course if we go to the end it's gonna get a lot harder. But I thought maybe we could do some of this stuff with Astra to you know, kind of get started a little bit on it, because we gotta fuel up the rocket and all that goobly gob, right? So the first thing you have to do with Astra is actually make the book and add it to your tome. And then once you add it to your tome, then you can access it. It takes iron, a book, and some blue dye to make it. So the first thing we're going to be wanting to make is our NASA workbench. It says, in order to build a rocket, you must first collect all the parts: cone, plates, fins, tanks, and engine. You can then make the rocket in a NASA workbench, a specifically designed workbench just for rockets. So that's what we're going to be making, is a NASA workbench. I've already made all the components for it, so I don't know if it requires power. Guess we'll find out. It doesn't look like it requires power, so maybe we'll just move it over here behind our charger. So you have to fill in all of these slots, but it doesn't actually work with JEI, so I had to make the book. So we're going to have 2 launch pads. So we need some steel rods. So we're going to need 8 steel rods, because you have to have 2 launch pads. One for the moon and then one for here on Earth. So we're going to need 8. of these things. 8 steel rods. So. I know you can make steel rods with this. Pretty sure. Also, I need to get some more steel cooking because we're going to use a lot of it. So, steel is pretty easy to make. You just get your iron and get some of this coal out. And dump your coal into the infuser and then your iron and just let it go. Hey, we're burning power finally. But we're gonna need loads of this, so we should probably just let it do its thing. So I know you can make, I know the multi-servo can make the things we need. So steel rod, or we could just make them like this. So steel plates together. You can also cast them. This thing can make plates, so I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. That's how I made the plates. So we just need that. You can make a zip gun. A fan. Desh. Desh comes from the moon. You can make a little rover. That's kind of neat, right? Well, anyway. So, launch pads. We need 2 of these. So, there's our launch pads. And they're really big. We don't need them at this very second, so we're just going to stick them in here for now. Alright. So to place your newly created rocket, you must build a launch pad. After the launch pad has been built, place the rocket in the center. If you want, you can power any part of the launch pad to automatically launch the rocket once fueled. Yeah, we really don't want to do that. But we do want to make our first rocket. The moon. Talks about space stations and stuff like that. We are going to need... It's not going to show us how to make the rocket. Generating energy, creating plates, making fuel. So, you know, in the video it said that at Astra that to make steel you just took iron and resmelted it in a blast furnace. But I don't think it works in this one. See? Does not work. Because I want you to use the other machines, so. So this is actually the best way to do it. It's pretty fast, so. Just let it do its thing. I'm not seeing any way to... It's not telling me how to make the rocket. It doesn't, like, say where to put stuff. How are you supposed to know where to put stuff? The Atriotic Blast Furnace is an upgraded version of Blast Furnace that has 2 modes, blasting and alloying. Blasting works like a blast furnace with 4 slots for 4 times efficiency. Alloying combines materials to make an alloy. Okay. It is locked behind mechanism, so maybe we can make this. Steel is made in this by combining iron and coal. This will make 1 steel ingot per iron and coal. Steel is essential for most recipes and the main material for your first rocket. So we can make it this way too. We could make it that way, or we could make it the way we're doing it right now. So... Well, we looked at that, It's not actually showing how to make the rocket. Okay, well... rocket fins, nose cone. So the nose is going to go at the very top, right? And HDPE. So this requires HDPE pellets, which is a pressurized reaction chamber with oxygen, liquid ethylene, and then substrate. So we're gonna have to make another thing. So this is gonna be like a big old complicated process, isn't it? It's not gonna be easy. Even the spacesuit's probably gonna be like this giant freaking mess. Well, it's not so bad. Okay, the spacesuit's not so bad. But this is going to be a pain. So we have to make this. To make this, we have to make another pressurized reaction chamber. So, and then we got to put ethylene into it with oxygen. I mean, technically it's fine. We could totally do this. We're gonna need item pipes. We're gonna need... How do you make liquid ethylene? Or ethene? Ethylene. So you have to send it... This is what we're making. So we have to send this into a condenserator or condenserating. So we need a condenserating. Condensating. Condensating. I don't know. Whatever. So we need a rotary condensator. So... Okay. So we need you. It's pretty basic. So we're gonna need some glass. We're gonna need a basic fluid tank, a basic chemical tank. That's easy to make. That's easy to make. That's hard to make. I had to go get redstone in the middle of the episode that went defunct. It was awful. Oh, what are we out of? What? I just went and got redstone. Well, not all of it, please. Yeah, can we make it? Thank you. I'll have to go get more redstone. So we need to make this and this and oh, I didn't grab the two little green things. Okay, so basically what this thing's gonna have to do is we're gonna need some. Well, we're definitely going to need those. Make gases. Gases. And then liquids. Oh! No, I don't need that yet. We'll get that in a second. We have to make this first. So this is going to make our liquid stuff. So we're just going to put it right over here. You know, I kind of think we'll daisy chain off of over here. Like this. That's the front. Alright, so we can give it some power. More power. And we're going to need to bring in some of this lovely stuffers. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go straight up. Like this, and then we're going to bring it across. To right here. Oh, that's too far. Look at us wasting our ethylene. There. Alright, so we got some ethylene coming into it, and it's going to condense it. Into liquid ethylene. So now we have to go make that other machine while it's working. We're going to need to put some upgrades in it, of course. We'll get to it, we'll get to it. So the next, we got to make another one of these, oh shoot. So tell me what that was again. HDPE. That's what we need. So we need another pressurized reaction chamber. So we have 2 steel. We need the enrichment chamber again. Okay. So we have to make the enrichment chamber again. And then we're going to need our 2 basic chemical tanks. And then we're going to need 2 of these and 1 of those. I can't remember which one it was. Okay, so it should be golden. No, we just made the enrichment chamber, dude. Did we not make it? Oh, I guess we didn't. Alright. Oh, whatever. I've already made it. Honestly. Oh, I need a bucket left over. And some iron. Get away. Bucket. You would think I would have had some left over. Okay. Because I only made the 1. Oh, we need more steel. Of course we do. Of course we do. Oh, we need 1 of these. Apparently 2 of these. And put these back. Alright. We got our other pressurized. Put the steel in there. Oh, we're gonna need item pipes too. Get some item pipes. It's probably just because we hadn't made the prerequisites, so it didn't count. And then, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is like fugly. I don't know. I don't know. So this is working. We didn't get the upgrades. I'll grab them in a second. So we want to pull out. This guy's going to need a whole bunch of stuff, right, to make this. So it's going to need the oxygen from over there. And it's going to need the liquid ethylene. So I'll put it down. Then we gotta give it power, of course. More power. Like that. So we're gonna have to bring the oxygen, which is a gas. There we go. So, we'll go under. We will go under. I like that. No, don't do that. Balls. Wow, that really sucks. Alright, well, I'm gonna break this for 2 seconds. There. Front facing. Front side. Gas. No, I don't want you to give me hydrogen. Shit. Why is it doing that? There's no way to configure it. So put this back. Can I put it back? Will it let me put it back? Output 2. I want it to take it all back, please. Turn it off. It won't let me output or input. That really sucks. Okay, I just had an idea. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Because I don't want to waste it, so. We need a gas tank. That's chemical. These are all chemical. I don't know. I don't think you can put it into a regular tank, can you? That's a fluid tank. I don't see a way to store gases. Well, you know what? I think what we're going to do is, I think we're just going to try one of the chemical tanks and see if that works. Because it might work, right? We're just going to... Because I don't want to waste it, right? We just picked all of it up, so... Wow. Okay. So that is a lot. Okay, we're gonna have to upgrade this guy. Four. And the next one is 4 of those. Okay. Alright. We should have enough room now to suck all that up, hopefully. At least we won't waste all of it, right? Because that would be a crying shame to waste all of it. Okay, that's super. So we want to go back over to gases, and the front is going to be output too. It's oxygen. Okay. And we're habit to pull. And it's moving. Okay. So this guy, gases, input only. Auto eject off, because that causes super problems. Okay, we've got our oxygen. So now I gotta somehow put this back in the... gases, bottom, output. So there. It'll take it out of the thing. Alright, so back to what we were doing over here. So this guy's working. We're making the liquid ethene. So we have to get the liquid ethene from here. Probably should have put this on the other side, right? Probably should have. Alright, well, we're gonna waste a little bit. It is what it is. Alright, so we're gonna make this go over this way and hook up from there. There. Energy. Fluids. Gases. Input. Alright, so we got our input. Now this is going to run, it's going to be liquid, right? So we need our liquid. And you're going to go all the way across like that. So you fluids. Output, energy, input at the bottom, gases, stop auto ejecting, stop auto ejecting. Okay. Okay. Of course we did this wrong. This is pull. Alright, super. I think we're all set up. This is almost drained out. Looking good. So we got oxygen coming in right here. And our liquid ethylene. Coming in here. So it's from here. It looks good. It looks solid. Oh, right. We need to hook this back up. Hopefully it's not going to connect, right? No, don't do that. Why are you doing that stuff? It's just automatically pushing it right there. There we go. There we go. We got it fixed. All right. Super. Now we got to get the items over there. So. All right, so these guys are going to come in from the top. There we go. Very nice. Okay. All right, so now we got to get another drawer, and set up the collection. These already have voids on them, so. So we're going to take this and run it like this. So at the back. Is going to be our output. There we go. And it will fill that up, and we will have it for our rockets. So that's awesome. We already have a few, so How much did we need? We just needed 4. So these rods are used for the pigment mixer and the rocket nose cone. Seems like a big old setup, doesn't it? But it'll sit here and forever create them because it's never going to run out of them because this thing is our power. So that's really cool. How's this doing? Wow. Okay. Well, we're doing really great. Everybody's still full. This guy right here. It's not transferring properly. There we go. I always get it confused. The pull. I always get it confused. But this is going good. Alright, so let's go make our rocket nose. Pretty happy with that. This is done. I need a few more. Let's stick this in there. Oh, one other thing we did in that episode that was got messed up is we made 1 fire dragon steel ingot. So the thing about this is these all require different things. Okay, so this requires Neptunium blocks. Luckily, we had a whole living crap. Because our little guy's been fishing this entire time, and I've just been sticking it into the smelters and smelting the stuff that comes in the chests. So we already had 24 and change blocks of Neptunium because I wasn't doing anything with it, so I was like, it was just there. So this is used to make the ice ingots. The lightning ingots, they use endurium, so that comes from the end. So we're not going to be able to make this for our gear, basically, until later on. Which, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. it probably won't be much of a problem to kill the bosses, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it will. I have to get a bow put together. So. But anyway, I was just letting you know that netherite blocks is for the fire, which we're going to need a whole bunch of these. The Neptunium is used for the ice dragon stuff, which now that I know, I actually got some more rats fishing. So I added a few more rats, which are doing weird stuff. I don't know what the heck they're doing. to be honest. I don't know. I'll fix them later. Not right now. They're not in any danger, so. Yeah, but anyway, let's do that nose. So there's our first piece. So it goes in here. So now we need, I don't know. It doesn't actually say, so I'm not sure. Does the quest say? Probably not. Tier 1 rocket. Oh, it does. Look at that. Alright, so we need that, and we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks of steel, which is a metric crap ton of steel. Alright, and then we're going to need 2 steel tanks, so we'll do that next. Actually, it might be on this. Steel tanks. Steel tanks. So it's going to require this gas tank, 2 more steel rods, a bunch of plates. How do I make a gas tank? So iron sheets and an iron rod. So we're going to have to smash some more stuff up. So we'll go ahead and start doing this. And then, although I could run over to the crate room and get it done a lot faster, to be honest. While those are pressing, I'll go do this in the crate room. It saves time that way. I usually try really hard not to run clear across the compound because I usually end up having to cut it, and it's more editing time, but it's fine. Oh, we just ate some more food. These are foods that we haven't eaten yet. Well, we have eaten that one, but we haven't eaten this stuff. So I was hoping we would get some more hearts, because that would be nice, right? I could probably run a crate line and put up a smasher in our work area. Our press. I could probably set one up over there. It'll probably have about 12 of them done by the time I get over there on that machine because it's so slow. I was close. So we got iron plates and this. Okay. Okay, so we needed to make these steel tanks. So we need to make these. So we need to make those. It makes 4 of them, so that's awesome. So we need 2 of these. And then we need to make some plates. And then that. And that. Alright, we got steel tanks. And they go right here. And then we're going to need rocket fins. That's not too bad of a recipe right there. We need 4 rocket fins. And then we're going to need a steel engine. So that's going to be an engine frame. So we need an engine frame. So we're going to need some more of these, guys. So there's our engine frame. And then we're going to need a fan. And there's our steel engine. Ta-da! We have our first rocket. We have our first rocket, guys! Yay! That's awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna have to make a place out here for our launch pad. So I will do that between episodes, and then we will set our rocket up. And then we have to figure out the fuel. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Alright, guys. I had a lot of fun today, and I hope you did too. And woo, we did a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty soon we're going to be on the moon. But anyway, I will catch you guys in the next episode. You guys take care, alright? Toodles!